Growing up in my household, Asian ointments and remedies were the go-to treatment before you tried anything else. Raspy voice, paper cow, blocked nose, white flower oil, mosquito bite, tiger balm. And then, when we had really bad grazes, lion oil. Having good health, or Sin Hoi Gan Hong in Taishanese, is a priority in Chinese culture, spawning idioms like Leng Dan Fu Mang. May you have the energy of a dragon.
I see Chinese medicine as a body of knowledge and a body of practices. Chinese herbal medicine, acupuncture, traditional Chinese massage, Tai Chi Chuan or Qigong.
Dr. Ray Takia is a qualified Chinese medicine practitioner who worked in Beijing for over a decade. He says the key to the practice is qi.
As the life force. And then it is also the energy that runs through our bodies. So everything in the universe is embedded with this qi.
It's a way of living, about keeping the body in balance and the notion that opposing forces must complement each other, like hot and cold. These principles ruled my life as a kid, especially when it came to food. I was always told that food can be categorised as heaty or cooling, which should be consumed in balance. All the fun stuff like fatty, fried, and what we would consider junk foods are generally heaty, but even fruit and veg can fall into these categories. Mangoes and guavas are hot, but bananas and cucumbers are cold. Personally, I've been told I have a cold body, so the remedy is to eat more hot foods, like ginger. All of this has got me wondering, what is it like in China? Is Chinese medicine just called medicine? Not quite. Western medicine is still widely practiced, although there are also Chinese medicine hospitals.
除了中医、中药、针灸、推拿等等，我们中医院的医生也是可以使用西药。
Dr. Law practices Chinese medicine in Nanjing, and she says traditional methods are still popular.
一般来说，老年人他比较更愿意接受中医啊，年轻人他比较愿意接受西医。
Before the Cultural Revolution, Chiang Kai-shek's nationalist government worked to do away with many of the traditions of Chinese medicine and instead embraced Western methods. But when Mao took over, he pushed people back to the old ways of health, even though historians suggest he didn't use them himself.
So very early on, Mao and some of his leaders and some of the people in the health ministry thought of a concept of integrating Chinese and Western medicine.
By combining the old and the new, he was able to modernise the practice, much to the annoyance of some Puritans.
From my experience in learning this type of medicine, well, if you combine the two in this way, well, what happens is the tradition actually loses out to Western medicine. It disappears.
As of 30th of June, there were 4,863 registered Chinese medicine practitioners in Australia.
Dan Fon Lim is the chair of the Chinese Medicine Board of Australia, responsible for regulating the practice here.
Integrative medicine is actually widely adopted in a Western medicine model of care. So we can be integrating with Western conventional Western medicine with other modalities. While complementary medicines, a lot of the people might be using some extra supplements or some of the herbal preparations. The supplement that we use or complementary medicine that we use are evidence-based, while some of them are not fully evidence-based as yet. So this is very important, any individual using complementary medicine or integrated medicine to discuss it with your GP.
Being a comedian, I don't have the healthiest lifestyle. I often get paid in alcohol, have long nights, and big sleep-ins. Maybe it's time I started my day like my mum would, or Dr. Ray, so that I too can one day have the energy of a dragon.
I started with a glass of warm water. So I drink it, and then I put on some clothes, and then I face north, and then I start doing my qigong or qi meditational exercise, breathing the qi. And then once you breathe it, you move it.
Ah, yes. That's some good chi.